The World Summit for Children was held in 1990, less than a year after the adoption of the Convention on the Rights of the Child by the United Nations General Assembly. Led by 71 heads of state and government and 88 other senior officials, it was the largest gathering of world leaders ever assembled at United Nations headquarters in New York. The summit adopted a declaration and a plan of action, which included 27 goals for the survival, development, and protection of children and youth.
In 1990, I attended the World Summit for Children with a team of people from government. By then, I was working in the Ministry of Rehabilitation, that's what it was called, and my position then was Senior Probation and Social Welfare Officer. And I was responsible for coordinating all orphan care programs and widows programs as well. So it was widows and orphans support. When the World Summit came up, then I was selected from the ministry to join other people from the different ministries, and we attended the summit. As a probation and welfare officer, a lot of the work that we were dealing with was about children at risk, children in difficult circumstances, children we called vulnerable, and we had the orphans and vulnerable children. But many of these children were facing abuse. Now, before the summit, the abuse was there, but remember, we were now working with widows and orphans, so you would know that the abuse there is emotional abuse, but much more we are considering the widow with her children, so the widow first. But after the summit, we now had to start focusing on the children first, because it was putting children first. When we started looking at children well-being in communities, child abuse came up. Children who were being beaten, molested, children who were being physically abused, children who were sexually abused. That one, issues started coming up. I was assigned to start the National Council for Children, so I was the first coordinator. I came in and I was there from 1994 to 1996. In 1996, there were elections, and at that moment, we wanted to see how children would get involved. So we mobilized the children, and we mobilized what we called total campaign, so that the children would speak out, especially to the presidential candidates. So the children wrote a letter, and I worked together with the Electoral Commission to have the children present their letter to the presidential candidates on nomination day at Kololo Airstrip. When the elections were over and the president had sworn in and he had started working, guess what happened? He declares universal primary education and said at least 4 children per family will have free education. We said that's a good start. That's a good starting point. And the rest is history. Up to now, we know UPE has been on. It has progressed to universal secondary education. We worked through the ministry, and the ministry got us involved, got Uganda Communications Commission to give us a free line 116. Which is an international child helpline. My God, that was the best we could ever do for the children. Because now you can call that line from any telephone company. There is a listening ear at the end. Children started calling. It was the benefit for children up to date. I think in Uganda we have moved a long way in supporting the children and helping the children, but there is still a lot more to be done. So I'm looking at a future for the children where a child is no longer alone, and we are not focusing on the child alone, but we are focusing on a child in a family, a child in a community, and a community which is empowered, a family which is empowered, a school which is facilitated so that the child is able to reach the school, find a teacher who is loving and caring, not an abusive teacher, but a teacher who will help teach the child and help the child to survive and live and develop, and his needs are met.